Dragon has a lot of the talent that you need to make this happen, absolutely. But there is that additional level of just always being super prepared. Hard to get around that.
And the matchup he prepared for the most coming into this tournament happens to be upgraded Jackie. Are we going to see a switch from Deoxys? It was 3-0 in Dragon's favor. As these two players get ready to throw down here in this final combat top 4.
And, you know, just a little while ago, Dragon played against Rewind's Jackie.
But that went the distance.
That went the distance. It went down to 3-2.
3-2, very close. I believe it came down to a massive drop by Rewind at the end.
That was part of it, yeah.
And then just a huge capitalization on the opportunity by Dragon. And as we say in fighting games, we take those.
Absolutely right. And maybe there was something that Deoxys gleaned from his UIU teammates' loss. We'll see.
But everyone in this final combat deserves to be here. The level of play from start to end, sensational. Let's get into this next match of top 4. And it is going to be Jackie versus Cetrion.
You stood with Shinnok, Cetrion.
I stood for nature's balance.
Still counts as taking his side.
Look, that's what her mom wanted her to do, all right? Chill out. What are you going to say about that? Come on.
It was canon.
She's supposed to go on the opposite of her mom? Get out of here.
Clutch block early on by Dragon on the low, and I think Deoxys was the one that tried to make the early adjustment and throw the low early rather than the overhead shrapnel, or you know, any overhead off the leap. And Dragon with the early call out of the low block.
Wow.
Oh my!
Just beautiful. Suspend this, and Jackie with no way to get out of that. All right, already spent the bar, puts it out there as a meaty, just trying to check the movement. Deoxys is now stuck, has to contend with boulders.
Yeah, there's no downside to throwing that full screen. Full screen guys are not going to get punished for that here against Jackie. And this is just going to be chipping.
What?
What a buffer.
Yeah.
What a buffer.
Seriously, seriously.
To work as an anti-air as well, that's next level thinking by Dragon right
what
there.
What a first round right there. We didn't really even see any pressure from Jackie.
Whoa!
Oh! Dragon is shutting everything down.
We talked about the preparation for this matchup. We're already seeing it.
This is a matchup where, look, Cetrion's a good zoner. She controls a lot of stuff, but there's so much movement out of upgraded Jackie that it's hard to really control things. And yet, that's exactly what Dragon's doing.
I had a conversation with Dragon right after that match, actually, that sent him here to losers bracket. And Dragon said this is the most confident he's felt in running the entire thing back.
Okay.
Oh, and you see there, has been working on a lot of option selects, which didn't have the crushing blow loaded as we started the match with it. A lot of option selects to cover all those options off of those leaps, and you'll see that on display. That's why you see those flawless block up threes, because
and it is enough, just like that.
And if that brutality was unlocked,
what a first game.
If you guys have Mortal Kombat 11, do that brutality at home and just enjoy it.
You know, that really looked exactly like how it looked the last time they played in Winter's Side.
Yes, just picking up right where he left off.
And we're going to need to see something different out of Deoxys, who, of course, has played many other different characters, primarily Geras in tournament competition.
And casuals, probably the entire cast.
Right, right.
But that's what these players do. Not only do they learn what to do against every character, they learn every character to learn what to do. Which is something that not a lot of people do. You know, they'll lab against the character, but they won't necessarily lab a character.
Jackie Briggs, and on making that selection, he leaned back in his chair, like almost a resigned feeling.
It was almost as if, you know, he's like, this is still my best option.
Right,
it's still
exactly.
My best option here.
It's exactly the vibe that I got as well.
He saw what Rewind was able to do in that match and how close it was. And see if he can get some of that magic going here. And how many he's just ran into the walls of Cetrion normals and the literal walls that she'll create on the screen this entire fight. He has not let upgraded approach at all, whether by land or by, I almost said by sea, but by ground. At all in this match, and this is the control that we saw earlier. It's just been control.
And understanding too, look, it's not all about just sticking out buttons and stuff, although he's making it work right now. But it's also knowing when not to press buttons, and we've seen really good timing from Dragon on that. Ooh. What a dog. And that should be the round. Well, maybe close.
Stand forward to the geyser. Is that the last time gonna do it? Nope, but gonna eat that anyway, and no defensive bar. No last breath available to save him, Dragon. Looking strong still.
Oh, yeah. Versus that 950 health Jackie.
Tossing boulders, trying to make the big read there.
Man, you see that big rocky cloud sailing through the skies?
And that's kind of the beginning of the OS that he has, is that her backdash allows her to kind of move a little bit to create a whiff opportunity and a flawless block opportunity at the same time.
Ooh. In there. But then, yeah, and Dragon's done this before too. He's waking up with buttons pretty often, and yet again. So Deoxys has not really been able to inflict any meaty pressure.
Even though Dragon's back to the wall here, going to be comfortable as can be. Does have an away teleport, but nope, just content.
Yeah, it feels comfortable, clearly.
With fighting his way out. Which is
and mission
not a lot of
accomplished.
people are.
No, it's not easy to do, and especially at this level, but there's Dragon doing it all the way to mid-screen.
I know I sweat gallons when my back is to the wall. I feel like I'm in prison to stand for. Hello. Nothing like a Jean-Claude Roundhouse coming out of Mama Cetrion here, and the control.
This character is not just about the zoning, folks. I mean, you can see the pressure right there was real.
And he is so comfortable, whether he's full screen, up close, playing nooch, mid-screen, he's has equal comfort level anywhere.
And patience, and look, there was time running out anyway, only 16 seconds left. Dragon was looking for the stand blocks in those situations. He was willing to eat the low, no big deal, not a lot of damage on that.
And even in a situation where eating the throw is probably the best opportunity, was still able to tech it. Because in those situations, there's only a couple of seconds left on the clock, 10, 15 seconds, and you have a health lead like that, you can eat throws until the time runs out, and we saw that.
Did he say Raiden? Is that what the announcer said in my ear?
No way.
Yeah, it's Raiden.
Wait a minute.
I'm seeing him up on the stage. It's going to be Raiden. So he's gone. He has lost 5 in a row versus Dragon in this matchup of Jackie versus Cetrion. He's tired of it. It's going to be Raiden coming out to play.
We've been looking for these surprise picks all Final Combat. We get a massive one and an accidental wall coming out from Dragon there to stop the teleport in. And this is just...
Look, if you're worried about her zoning and her control, this mobility is one way to deal with it. And yet, like I said, it's not just about zoning for Cetrion. Here's Dragon in the corner, pressuring.
Right
dealing
now,
damage.
I don't think the matchup matters at all. Every single read Dragon has made. And are we going to start this off with a flawless victory? Just needs a chip out at this point, and he's got it. Oh, my goodness.
It's worst case scenario for Deoxys right now. And maybe he was right when he thought before. Oh, Jackie's my best hope. Maybe he was right.
Let's see if he can get something going here. Has been playing a lot of Thunder Wave. If you follow him on Twitter, watch his streams. Has been a surprise pick for him. I think just has to get going. Just has to find some breathing room.
And right back into the corner.
Oh, all of these staggers, all safe on block, and with that pushback, that you're really afraid to press the button because of the stand ones that could follow.
Look at this corner control Cetrion right here.
And everyone's
trying to get there in time, not quite.
Everyone thinking Cetrion's just a zoner. Watch this round.
I'm telling you, yeah,
watch this round right here.
This whole game. This whole game has been that bad. She did 400 damage last round.
Push yourself.
Dragon's in here, threatening to eliminate Deoxys 3-0. The good old-fashioned double jeopardy, and that's what's going to come.
That's going to do it. The down 2 Dragon, another 3-0 victory over Deoxys. Dominant performance, and you got to like the confidence that I think is going to be on Dragon's mind going into the next match. The run back against... Oh, no run back. It's actually going to be Sonic Fox.
No, it's going to be Sonic Fox. Yeah. So at this point...
That's a history right there.
Well, there's a lot of history right there, and that will indeed also be a matchup of the two players who have lost the Ninja Kill.